Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I'm back with another video here. If you are new to the channel or new clicking upon this video, unfortunately it's a really lopsided score for this video, but if you're new clicking upon this video, if you like content like this, my name is Chris. I do Flyers content here on YouTube, from game reviews, podcasts, all that stuff, watch parties, everything. If you like all that stuff, like how any of that sounds, hit that subscribe button down below. So let's get into this game. This will be short, sweet, and quick. Flyers lose 6-2 to the Seattle Kraken. Man, oh man, this one was riveting. Flyers had 2 shots after the first period. Followed up Sunday's game against Seattle with 3 days off and no game in between. Seattle had a game in between in Winnipeg and, played. Like, I don't understand what the reasoning for coming out and playing that flat. And realistically, since the beginning of the All-Star break, and since, or I shouldn't say the beginning, really since coming back from the All-Star break, outside of the Edmonton game, the Flyers really haven't looked good. Like, really have not looked good. And this game's like another example. Like, the lines in this one: Hayes, Cates, Tippett, Van Riemsdyk, Frost, Konechny, Farabee, Lawton, Allison, Delory, Brown, and Bellows, Provorov and York, Sanheimer's the line, and Sealer and D'Angelo, and Carter Hart wasn't net. He gets pulled. Sam Ersson comes in. First period was just bad. Like, again, you followed up Sunday's game. You had 4 shots in the first couple of minutes and then nothing for the rest of the period. I mean, it took the Flyers over the first 10 minutes of this game to get 1 shot on net. Just a shot. You had the scoring chance from Frost early, but it went wide and that was it. Just not good. And offensively, it just seems like the entire month of January, where they were 8-4-2, the 44 goals scored, everything I talked about, gone. Like, they just, I don't understand. Their offense is just going completely dry. McCann would score shorthanded, and it's just it's just a turnover. They go down the ice and score. Like this stuff has been happening, and Hayes said that a couple weeks ago, or actually a month ago from today, Hayes had the strip where he got stripped, and the Ducks went down and scored. Or they had the breakaway against Anaheim, and the Hayes then got the puck back and scored. This time, loses it, Seattle scores. It's just little things like that. Hayes kind of, on the power play, he can kind of be open to that, and the way that he kind of puts himself, it can be kind of easy to kind of take the puck off him, and it's happened a couple of times, and unfortunately it goes into the net. I don't really think that's one where you blame Hart. Sometimes you have to tip your cap to the shooter. That was a beautiful shot. So it's 1-0. Flyers will get a power play. They really didn't get, or Seattle will get a power play here. I'm thinking this the other way around because Seattle scored. Seattle then gets a power play. The Flyers actually had a pretty good kill. Frost had a chance in tight, like I mentioned. Shots were 7-0 Seattle at this point, and then Yanni Gourde scores. Delayed penalty, 2-0, and then nobody's on him in front of the net. Like, no one picks up a stick. It's like the similar details that hurt them earlier in the season still hurt them every once in a while. Just, again, consistency. And the problem with coming out of this All-Star break is they've played a lot of teams that play very similar to the Flyers. The Islanders are tight checking. Edmonton can be tight checking, and that game was pretty tight. Nashville, Seattle twice. Like, these teams are pretty tight checking, especially Nashville. The Flyers had no room to do anything. Even the last game against Seattle as well, before tonight. It's little things like that, and they had no room to do anything. And they just haven't seemed like ready to start a game since coming out of this. They got a real bad first period against the Islanders, had a good first period against Edmonton. The game against Nashville, not great. The game obviously on Sunday, like I talked about, and tonight, like, it's just too much of not having a good period. Is really a good start has just killed them. 3-0 here. Power play goal. Schultz scores from the point. Flyers had a couple good plays before that on the kill, but the screenplay. Bjorkstrand scores 4-0 on the breakaway. It was a turnover by Bellows. Kraken go the other way. There was changes with the lines. Delorier going up with Tippett and Cates. There was a few other lines that were put together. 5-0. Gord. It was a beautiful setup, and they just got exposed. I mean, like, there's things like this that Seattle just rolled right through them. Konechny would add 2 in the third period. Gets off the schneid and he scores. They're meaningless goals, but at least it's good that he's on the board because, again, he was goalless in 12, and he was getting chances. Guys like Farabee haven't really been getting chances, and I've talked about that a little bit. Cates, he's had some games where, he's had some chances, some games where he hasn't. Like, it's kind of ebbed and flowed for each different guys, and, they showed the graphic on the screen that, a lot of guys have gone goalless. Like Tippett, I think they said, 1 goal in his last 11 or 12. Like, it's things like that. Just the offense has gone completely dry since the break, and they're gonna have to find a way to get it back, because you can't keep playing like this where you're only scoring, at least 2 or 3 goals. I mean, they haven't scored more than 3 goals since coming back. They scored one good chunk of times, and a couple of them were, shootout goals. Like, you have to find ways to score, and your power play isn't doing it for you. So a lot of it came 5-on-5, because even when they were playing well in January, the power play wasn't that great either. It was only running 17%. So something's got to give, because the offensive scoring touch that the team had is gone. Like, gone. So we'll see what happens. Vancouver on Saturday, and you have to have a better start. Like, I just can't think of a game like this where you absolutely get pumped and then the Flyers come out flat again. Like, it just doesn't, like, with Torts and everything, it doesn't make any sense. So the Vegas odds of the Flyers probably winning on Saturday are probably pretty high, because you can't have a game like that where it's, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Let me know your guys' thoughts below. Again, the watch party, I will be doing that for Vancouver. Hopefully the Flyers play better. That will be Saturday night here on YouTube. Going to be running the watch party. It's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. Thanks everybody so much for all the support. Stay tuned. I have some stuff coming, so stay tuned, for updates on social media and things like that. And, yeah, hit that subscribe button down below if you enjoyed watching this video, and I will talk to you all again soon.